It's April 27, 2022, and I'm back aboard Seaquestor for the first time in quite a while. We had some cat issues over the last week that have kept me off the boat. In fact, I had to make an emergency run to Bangor to have Gracie Grayfer treated yesterday, and that took most of the day. Anyway, today I'm just aboard Seaquestor for a couple of hours, and what I'm going to do is sand out the cockpit combings and to trim around the companionway. I'm using a sanding sponge, which is a very quick way to sand wood like this, and it does a pretty nice job. I used them on the cabin house on Tortuga and was very pleased with the results. I'm giving this one a shot on Seaquestor's teak, and it shouldn't take long. I'll sand this out just as a demonstration so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a sanding sponge, and just go over it quickly. They're nice to use because they conform to the wood on these corners. And you can do flat surfaces with them very easily. Now, this may not be good for generating a super flat surface, but I'm starting with a pretty flat surface because this has got many coats of varnish on it. So just put it back. That's pretty much all there is. That segment is finished. So I'll just continue, get a little more done. These are great for a surface that just needs to have the varnish scuffed up. If you needed to do any serious sanding, these are not the way to go. But for just scuffing it up, for a quick top coat, things work pretty well. Just about done with the forward part of this combing. Let's move the camera. I'm going to finish the aft end from here back. Okay, that's all there is to doing that. Very, very quick. Now I'm going to turn around and sand off the combing around the companionway, which will go very quickly because there's not a lot of teak here. So we'll just run down the outside. And go to the other side. Okay, that went quickly. Now let's do the pull up here. Again, all I'm doing is a light scuff so that varnish will adhere. In the past, I've always used sandpaper, which go through a lot of sandpaper, and it's relatively expensive. These are off-brand sanding sponges. They aren't the Scotch ones. These cost 85 cents each. There we go. So that went quickly. That was real time. I'd already sanded out the port side. So I've now finished all the cockpit teak. And what remains at this point is to sand the handrails. But right now, I still have a lot of junk on the side decks, which makes accessing the handrails a little difficult. The junk is there because I needed a place that was quick and easy to put stuff from Tortuga before we sold the boat, and I just put it here. So I've got all sorts of stuff on the side decks, which I have to move around. So anyway, that's these sanding sponges. I started using these on Tortuga this year, and I have to say I'm very pleased with them. They make jobs like this very quick, and the handrails are probably going to be even quicker because they sanding sponge conforms to the surfaces very nicely. So I probably take no more than 5 minutes aside to sand my handrails, and usually that's quite a time-consuming task. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this first step in varnishing Seaquester's on-deck wood. The next step is to clean all this up, mask it, and then varnish it. In the past, sanding, masking, and cleanup took a couple of hours, and I think it's going to end up taking maybe 30 minutes using this little gadget instead of a sheet of sandpaper. And I've only used one of these so far. I have two, and I think I can probably get at least one handrail done with it. Okay, I just wanted to show you this quick way to scuff your teak up for a coat of varnish. That's assuming, of course, that the varnish you're scuffing is in good shape, which this is. If you had to sand back to bare wood any place and then build the varnish up, these would not do the job. But if you're simply scuffing up a coat of varnish for an annual or semi-annual coat, these sanding sponges are something that I think are really good deal. Okay, so that is going to wrap this video up. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and If you haven't already done so, why don't you think about subscribing to my channel and maybe even going all out and clicking that notification bell. Thanks for watching.